I want you to welcome everybody to Flashback Friday, courtesy of our friends in Florida. The state that brought you the grueling 36-day recount battle between George W. Bush and Al Gore in 2000. They're at it again, that state. They're going ballot by ballot in Broward County. The only thing missing, those infamous hanging chads. Remember those? Republicans have seen their leads in Florida's U.S. Senate and governor's races dwindle as new ballots have been counted since Election Day, which is why Governor Rick Scott, whose lead in the tight Senate race has narrowed significantly, why he filed a lawsuit demanding voting records in his own race. His opponent, incumbent Senator Bill Nelson, fighting back, insisting that when every ballot is counted, he'll win. And then there is Arizona's Senate race. This is where Democrat Kyrsten Sinema's lead over Republican Martha McSally has expanded to over 20,000 votes. 20,000 votes. And I have said this before, but President Trump must be really, really rattled tonight. The blue wave in the midterms is actually bigger than it looked on election night. House Democrats have picked up 30 seats. And out of 10 House races, not yet called by CNN, the Democratic candidates, their leads in 5. Democratic candidates leads in 5. And though if those numbers hold up, Democrats will get a 35-seat pickup. And the bigger the blue wave, the more rattled the president. But he's got plenty more good reasons to be rattled, okay? There's the firestorm over his firing of Jeff Sessions and his pick of Matthew Whitaker as acting AG, the man overseeing the Mueller investigation. Now, President Trump is playing games, trying to backtrack, claiming he doesn't know Whitaker, even though it was the White House that urged Sessions to take him on as chief of staff in the first place. And even though the president himself said just last month that he knows Whitaker.
Well, Matt Whitaker, I don't know Matt Whitaker. Matt Whitaker worked for Jeff Sessions, and he was always extremely highly thought of, and he still is. But I didn't know Matt Whitaker. I didn't speak to Matt Whitaker about it. I don't know Matt Whitaker.
I can tell you Matt Whitaker's a great guy. I mean, I know Matt Whitaker.
There's the Wall Street Journal's report that Donald Trump was involved in or briefed on nearly every step of the hush money payments made to former Playboy playmate Karen McDougal and porn actress Stormy Daniels. Payments that may have violated campaign finance laws. Even though the president on Air Force One in April of this year claimed he knew nothing about the payment to Stormy Daniels.
Did you know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels?
No.
Why did Michael Cohen make it if there was no truth to your allegation?
Well, you have to ask Michael Cohen. Michael's an attorney, and you'll have to ask Michael Cohen.
Do you know where he got the money to make that payment?
I don't know. No.
All of that on the same day a federal grand jury here in New York City returned a 30-count indictment against the Trump supporter accused of sending 16 mail bombs to targets, including CNN. And the president, he's doubling down on his strategy.
No puppet, no puppet. And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
Puppet, no puppet. I know you are, but what am I? Whatever you want to call it. It's this president's favorite line of attack, responding to the outcry over the offensive, racist campaign ad by accusing reporter Josh Dawsey of asking offensive questions.
Mr. President, a lot of folks have said that ad was offensive. Why did you like that ad? What were you trying to
Well,
say?
a lot of things are offensive. Your questions are offensive a lot of times, so, you know.
Asking questions? That's just reporters doing their jobs. But that's not the only question this president didn't like.
On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also saying
I don't know why you'd
that
say
the
that.
president.
That's such a racist
There's
question.
some people.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
And when a reporter asks questions he doesn't like, this president, well, he resorts to insults.
I mean, you talk about somebody that's a loser. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
He responds to questions about his acting Attorney General, Matthew Whitaker, not being confirmed by the Senate, well, by raising false questions about Robert Mueller's lack of Senate confirmation.
But Mueller was not Senate confirmed. Why didn't they get him Senate confirmed? He should have been Senate confirmed.
Okay, so this is the fact. The fact is, Mueller's position doesn't require Senate confirmation. The Attorney General does. And don't forget the bombshell new book from the former First Lady. Michelle Obama wrote that she would never forgive Donald Trump for promoting the racist birther lie that Barack Obama was not born in this country. And this is a quote. What if someone with an unstable mind loaded a gun and drove to Washington? What if that person went looking for our girls? Donald Trump, with his loud and reckless innuendos, was putting my family's safety at risk. And for this, I'd never forgive him. The president's response shows you just how much the former First Lady got under his skin.
What do you say to Michelle Obama, who says she will never forgive you for your birther comments in the past?
Oh, Michelle Obama said that. I haven't seen it. I guess she wrote a book. She got paid a lot of money to write a book. And they always insist that you come up with controversial. Well, I'll give you a little controversy back. I'll never forgive him for what he did to our United States military by not funding it properly.
Well, frankly, it is outrageous that he would claim that the former commander-in-chief didn't fund our military. So here are the facts, okay? Yes, President Trump is spending more on the military than President Obama, but let's take a closer look at the numbers. You see spending going down for a few years under President Obama, but then going back up. The drop happened when Republicans pushed President Obama to bring the deficit under control. It was a bipartisan agreement, so both parties are responsible. But this president, falling back on his usual target, blaming someone else, President Obama.